12/14/2003.
Welcome to Starrcade.
The true granddaddy of them all. We are at the Waterhouse Center in Orlando, Florida.
Waterhouse Center.
So, do you remember how SmackDown opened?
With that package, or are you talking about the Matt Morgan squash?
The Matt Morgan, Matt Cappotelli match, yes.
Gotcha.
So the reason that the match happened on SmackDown was, again, it has to do with Vince's arrogance for his Towering Titans. But Vince is not very happy with his Towering Titans due to John Heidenreich losing and making it so that he must face Chuck Palumbo. So, on Sunday Night Heat, before the show started, McMahon says that I need you to prove to me that you belong. And so the Towering Titans, that being Matt Morgan, John Heidenreich, and Vince McMahon's newest addition to the group, that'll be discovered as they come out together, take on Matt Cappotelli, Zach Gowen, and Spike Dudley.
There we go.
So Vince tells them they must prove themselves to him. He even gives them what he's calling his ace, Test.
Oh, damn.
So Test has not been seen since the end of the Regal Counter Threat when Lance Storm defeated Test inside a steel cage.
Solid steel.
But Vince has pulled Test off the bench and placed him in this group that he has thought should be prominent.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, bad news. I know that I've done this, and it's been by pure accident. Often it's not an accident. This has been an accident, I'll say that for sure. John Heidenreich has not won a match since his debut. So he debuted
That was a while ago.
prominently, but every time that he has an actual match, he ends up taking the fall.
Taking a look at the lights.
Once again, that happens. John Heidenreich does fall to Matt Cappotelli.
Wow.
And so our trio of underdog heroes, Spike Dudley, Zach Gowen, and Matt Cappotelli, opened the show
Big
winning
trios match.
the Team Extreme Tornado Championship. Post-match,
Rough way for Test to debut.
well,
Well,
in his
we did.
defense, he didn't lose the match.
Yes.
And so post-match, Mr. McMahon meets up with the Towering Titans. This is in Gorilla.
Yeah.
And he verbally tears them apart. He says
Sounds like Vince.
that A-Train needs to shave his back. You know, covered in hair, you're nasty. He looks at Matt Morgan, he says, can you even say a sentence without stuttering? Ah. Which is the first time that's brought up, that he's not eloquent. Basically, long story short, Vince McMahon is turning on his crew, and I'm doing that so that he has to fly solo later on against Chuck Palumbo.
Yeah.
Like, they're not faces, they're still heels, he's still heel, but he's impolite to them.
He's rude. Very rude.
The second match and third segment.
Mr. Russ, so your new trios, well, I'm going to call them trios champions at the same time. But your new trios champions, is that their second trios match together?
I think it is their second match together, yes.
Wow.
And like I said, the match was only made as for them to basically have an
Easy dub.
Yes.
Easy dub.
Vince wanted to set up the hit for the Towering Titans to knock out of the park, and they failed.
And not only did they whiff, they actually hit the catcher behind them.
The second match and third segment of the show is Ron Simmons and Rodney Mack taking on Nunzio and Dupree.
Okay.
So
Right, because Sylvan's hurt, I forgot.
exactly, because Sylvan's hurt and because Mark had that hard-hitting match with Bill Goldberg, we're having a traditional tag team match. And basically, it's a couple of things. One, I want to keep Federacion in prominence. And here's the other thing. I love the MPAA, and I do not love that they lose a lot. So Rodney Mack does defeat Nunzio in this tag match.
Fair enough.
To keep them kind of
bubbling over.
Yes, they're not massively on fire, but they're not ice cold. It's like some sort of, we're trying our best to keep it.
We're warming up the water at this moment.
Exactly. So post that tag match, we hear somebody call my mama.
Hey.
Ernest Miller, he has a massive entrance. Dance, lights.
Oh yeah, no, you got to put on a show for that. I'll give it to him and Brody. That's one of the best theme songs.
Absolutely. I loved it when Woodsy kept it alive too.
Oh my god.
And so
poor Woods has never had his own theme song aside from that 5 seconds he was King of the Ring, and then Vince was like, "Oh no, get that out of here."
Exactly. So as Ernest Miller is going all out for his entrance, we then see, I wish I had it, it's in the other room, but we see the Hollywood sign drop where
like okay, I'm following.
Everything cuts away from Ernest Miller, and we see a career retrospective from his debut out of the crowd to help his father Dusty Rhodes take on Virgil and Ted DiBiase. We see him debut in World Championship Wrestling because we ain't as scared of it. We see Dustin teaming with Ricky Steamboat and taking on Ravishing Rick Rude, all of the prominent stuff from WCW Wrestling. We also see the debut of Goldust with Marlena and all of that. But it ends with one star on screen. And that star fades into a face, that face being Dustin Rhodes, and we see the phrase, "A star is reborn," and we see the new name of Dustin Rhodes, the new name for Goldust, which is Stardust. So I thought it was appropriate for Dustin Rhodes to be rebranded as Stardust because of a very interesting fact about Cody Rhodes. What is Cody Rhodes' current gimmick?
The American Nightmare.
Do you know who the first American Nightmare in professional wrestling was?
I'm pretty confident that was Dustin Rhodes.
That is correct. It was Dustin Rhodes. And so I thought it would be amusing that if both of Cody's prominent, both worst and best gimmicks were done by Dustin first.
I like it.
So
it shows that he really looks up to his older brother.
Here's the other thing. But I plan on going a totally different route with dashing Cody Rhodes. So there's a gimmick that started in a video game that has been displayed in a film, and it's going to be hopefully displayed once again in film, that I want to give somebody, and because of Cody's dashing gimmick, I think he's a prime candidate to get it.
Okay.
You ever played Street Fighter?
Oh yeah.
What is Vega's gimmick?
Yeah, Hollywood movie star?
He's so vain, he must place a mask over his face before he wrestles because he doesn't want to hurt his face. And so, instead of Cody being disfigured and wearing a mask,
Cody.
What he'll do is he'll wear the mask before to protect his face from getting broken.
Did he get shoot broken?
He did break his nose in a 619.
Oh, right. Was that when Ray had that giant brace?
Probably.
Okay, yeah. I do remember that.
And so, we can still go into it, but
so you're going to give him, the Vega game before he actually goes broken. Yeah. You're still doing the paper bags?
That's when, after his psyche breaks, they do that. But yeah, I want to do the plastic mask before he thinks he's disfigured because, easily, you wear the mask to protect yourself, so at some point in the match, it gets knocked off, he breaks his nose, then it's now he thinks he's disfigured, even though he realistically looks basically the same.
No difference. Zero difference.
But yeah, so Dustin Stardust does defeat Ernest Miller here at Starrcade because his daddy made Starrcade, and
that too.
And he is a star, as you said. Yes, that was done as a way to amuse myself, but also put over Dustin Rhodes, which I love doing.
Hey, listen, I'm all for Dustin Rhodes going over. You're not hearing any complaints from me.
The next match is distinct in and of itself, but I actually remembered it being a callback to the lead up to WrestleMania 19. In the build up to WrestleMania 19, Jamie Noble had a gauntlet match against Chris Nowinski, Test, and Lance Storm.
Junior?
And here at Starrcade, Jamie Noble is having a gauntlet match against Scott Steiner, Lance Storm, and Booker T. In this gauntlet match, Jamie Noble was defending the choice that he won by winning a tournament at Survivor Series. But the main thing that's happening here is me showing off how much I, A, love Jamie Noble, and B, how much I love matches or wrestlers winning matches with different moves. So
that is fun. It's one of my favorite Jonathan Gresham and Bryan Danielson gimmicks.
Exactly, and I love giving it to James Gibson because I feel like he had that within him. And it was very much proven when he had that, 18 months, 16, 18 months, whatever it was, on the Indies.
About right.
In the first encounter, Jamie Noble is capable of making Lance Storm tap out to the Steiner recliner.
Well, damn.
And so that infuriates Scott Steiner and brings him...
Scott Steiner's always a cool-headed individual, so...
It takes a lot to fire him up.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So Scott comes in and he is on fire, but here's the other thing. He's massive. So every time he's trying to throw his weight around, Jamie is able to duck, dodge, and move out of the way.
Even flop and fly.
At one point, Jamie is thrown into the corner by Scott Steiner, who then circles around and goes to run at Jamie, throwing his shoulder into Jamie's body. But Jamie, being light on his feet, pulls himself up to the top. Scott rams himself into the post.
Got it.
Jamie now flops down and rolls him up. 1, 2, 3, because Scott knocked himself out basically into the post.
Perfect.
Jamie now has won via tap out and by a very intelligent pinfall. Yeah. But here's the thing. He's wrestled 2 world-class athletes.
Indeed.
In the final fight, Booker T is always and forever on top. But it's almost like he shouldn't have been, because as he is dominant, his ego is getting in the way. Not only is he playing it up to the crowd that I tell you I'm the best, I'm showing you I'm the best, when are you going to believe me?
That means I'm the best.
But he also does the spinneroonie. He, does the 5-time. He's just giving Jamie time to recover.
So he goes out of the ring at one point and hits somebody with a sucker.
Yes, exactly. And so when Booker gets back in the ring, he gets tripped up on the rope. So the left leg is in the ring, the right leg is on the outside. Jamie drop kicks the leg that's on the apron. So Booker falls face first. That's when Jamie will then springboard off the second rope and hit a leg drop to the back of Booker's head, working on the head and neck area for the fact that Jamie goes to the top, hits a diving headbutt, goes for the pin. 1-2 Booker kicks out. But as he kicks out, Jamie bounces off the second rope, dives down like a missile, hits head to head. Ouch. Thank you for being here at Mr. Super Oz. This video is going out, and this channel only exists because I, Oz, founded Gamble Comics, which first release was Everlasting Survivors, a 68-page graphic novel called All Day Long. Available now. Follow the link in the description that will take you to gamblecomics.com. While there you can get hats, shirts, posters, much, much more, but most importantly, the story itself. But while Booker is down selling his head, that's when Jamie hits the, I'm going to say Rings of Saturn type move. Okay. That way that he's locked the arms, but he's also holding the, that feels right. Yeah. And so
Booker, about to say that's all this back area.
Exactly. All the stuff that's been getting worked on. Yeah. Booker does submit. He doesn't tap out because his arms are
trapped. I mean, you can tap out in the Rings of Saturn.
And so, but he gives up. He says, I don't want to.
Submits,
he verbally submits. The reason I did that is because Lance tapped out at the beginning, so I want to do it a different way.
Something a little different.
Exactly. So Jamie Noble maintains his Survivor's Choice, and hopefully in the coming weeks we'll figure out what he's going to do with said.
Indeed, I'm
prize.
curious.
Up next is a match I have struggled with for quite some time, and I am going to leave the victor to Josiah.
That's real dangerous. Okay.
So, and I'll explain myself. I love Chavo, Ray, and Eddie.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
I know for a 100% fact Eddie Guerrero is not walking out with the Intercontinental Championship.
But you're going to let me choose.
But here's my thing. I'm so 50-50 when it comes to whether Chavo should get a second reign with the Intercontinental title or whether this should be the coronation of Rey Mysterio, because we both know personally that Rey Mysterio is a guaranteed hit. He is no questions asked,
You can do
tip-top guy, and there's nothing to worry about.
Nothing.
And so the reason...
He will be a future world champion in this world. That's not really a spoiler. That's more of a prediction.
I don't want to feel like I'm forcing Chavo into the role, but I also think that he needs it a little more than Ray does. But perhaps maybe the answer is continue to build Chavo so that when the day comes that he is treated with prominence, it makes perfect sense. I mean, not that I've treated him poorly. You know, like I said, former Intercontinental Champion, former Trios Champion. Former Cruiserweight Champion, exactly.
I'm about to say he's won everything on SmackDown aside from... Actually, that's it. Everything on SmackDown.
Well, he hasn't been TV Champion. TV Champion.
I know I was forgetting a belt, but it wasn't coming to me.
Yeah. So, but my point is, it's up to you if Chavo or Ray win here tonight in Florida, because, well, we know where Eddie Guerrero goes in 2004.
Yep.
And it's not the Intercontinental title.
No. No. You thrust a hard decision upon me, Alex.
Like I said, I've been banding this about for a while now.
Yeah.
So, as you can see, I made a decision at one point, but I'm not confident in it. So, It's up to you.
All right. Well, it's a tough decision because I've made no secret. Rey Mysterio is my favorite wrestler. It's not even close. Like, the next closest guy to him is Cena. And even then, if it was Ray versus Cena, I'm going Ray all day.
I love it. So I think that tells me who we've got walking out with the Intercontinental title.
Yes. I'm going with Rey Mysterio.
Okay.
No disrespect to Chavo Guerrero.
Absolutely. And like I said, I know that his time will come.
Yes. He's got a great future in our company.
Yes.
So, it's not like...
I mean, he's also got a great past today.
Yeah, he's also got a great past.
Yes.
Exactly. But Ray's new, he's fresh. He just had the big moment in San Diego.
Love it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Cool. Like I said, I'm happy either way. I'm happy either way. That's the thing. And here's the thing also. The trio stays unified, exactly. They are still good with one another.
So who is the pin?
It's only right that Eddie loses to Rey Mysterio, because I think it's taking a shortcut if you take the title off a man
that doesn't have the title.
Yeah, and so I think it's only right. And here's the way I'll book it. Since you came up with the finish or the winner, I'll book the finish.
All right, let's hit it.
Rey Mysterio hits the 619 on Eddie Guerrero. Okay. Chavo is on the outside because of all the action that had transpired. When Ray goes to the top to hit his that big
drop
splash.
The line, West Coast 5.
Exactly.
Does it all.
It's not revealed what his specific move was going to be, but at that point, when he's up there, that's when Chavo returns.
Could have gone for anything, but Chavo was there.
Yeah, that's when Chavo returns to the fray. He slides in, meets Ray up at the top. They're fighting it out. Chavo goes for a top rope brainbuster, but Ray...
It's a real PWG spot you came up with. All right.
But Ray slides out, hits a power bomb, because he's up like this, he slides out, or he works his way out.
Okay.
Now he's on the mat, but Chavo's still up top, so he hits a power bomb from top to into the ring. So Ray has now got his choice of who to pin. That's when Eddie is making his way back up. Ray pops the outside, hits the West Coast spot. 1, 2, 3.
Rana.
Yeah, the Rana, exactly. So Chavo is down while Eddie is getting back up, hits the Rana, 1, 2, 3. And so that way it definitively says Rey could have beat either man, but chose to beat the champion.
I love it.
And so when the referee hands Rey Mysterio the Intercontinental title, Chavo steals it out of Rey's hand, and he puts his finger in Rey's face. He's like, hold on. He hands it to Eddie, and then Eddie, he hugs Chavo. He pulls him in, embraces him.
That's family, La Familia.
Then that's when Eddie places the title in Rey, and then they all three embrace. And then on the one side, Chavo grabs Rey's arm, and on the other side, Eddie grabs Rey's arm, and they both lift it.
Double arm raise.
Exactly. While Rey is holding the title.
Who's that jumping out the sky? R-E-Y. Ah!
Yes. Don't be too happy, because up next is Vince McMahon versus Chuck Palumbo in a Falls Count Anywhere disqualification match. No, Vince calls it on his way out.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so while Vince is saying that there is no chance, he goes to the announce table and tells Cole and Taz, this is no disqualification, Falls Count Anywhere. But Chuck Palumbo's not scared.
Yeah. Why would he be?
Rode a motorcycle out. He's ready to go. He's
about to say, hard as can be.
Exactly. He's a biker mechanic, roughneck character. So it's he's not worried about that.
No.
So he comes out of the ring because he came out first, and he's just throwing hands at Vince. And the way I see this is actually a lot like Hogan versus Vince at WrestleMania 19.
Oh, okay.
Where Vince gets busted open,
relatively early,
nasty looking, got these crazy eyes, the very evil man incarnate.
Yeah, it's almost like he's a real life fella.
Correct, yes. And here's the thing though, even though Vince has crazy eyes, even though he's bleeding, Chuck Palumbo is fairly dominant because he's an actual wrestler and Vince ain't.
Yeah.
But here's the big deal. Here's the most important thing. It was all a red herring. It was all a pretense, or let's put it a different way.
It's a trap.
It wasn't a swerve, but the Towering Titans do want to impress Vince McMahon. So, John Heidenreich, A-Train, Big Show, Matt Morgan, and Test, they do inevitably show up and assist Vince McMahon. So now it's 6-on-1. And so Vince McMahon does defeat Chuck Palumbo in the semi-main event. Yeah, don't worry, we got some more sad times coming in the main event too.
Oh, lovely.
So Vince McMahon does defeat Chuck Palumbo and stay in his reign of terror, I'll call it.
There you go.
Since Triple H didn't get one, we'll give it to
I'm about to say, somebody has to have a reign of terror in 03.
Exactly. So in our main event encounter, Bill Goldberg takes on Christian Cage, the devil himself, for the undisputed championship. I am going to fast forward to the finish because it's been a long video.
Yep.
But here's the deal. Bill Goldberg pins Christian, but another referee comes down and tells the actual referee, he says, oh, Christian's foot's under the rope.
Yeah.
So, stop.
I'm about to say, it's that world class, it's a very common rule that if a referee sees that something wrong happened in the back, they come out and let everyone know.
It's happened a handful of times. It's not an every match occurrence, but it has happened before where referees will dispute one another.
Exactly.
I'm going to say that the referee making the count is a young Brian Hebner.
And real young Brian Hebner.
And so it's a very seasoned and experienced Nick Patrick who makes the run out to
That's the guy.
Stop the...
It's like, dang it, you rookie.
Yeah, exactly. While the referees are going at it, Bill Goldberg is going to have to deal with the Devil's Advocates. Jericho, Kane, and Sean O'Haire. And so Nick Patrick shoves down Brian Hebner for not listening, for being a punk child, right? But while this is happening, Christian smashes a chair on the back of Bill Goldberg, and Nick Patrick calls for the disqualification. So Christian retains the championship via disqualification, according to Nick Patrick.
Well, damn.
But Brian Hebner gets up and he says, I'm the legal referee. The match isn't over. Restart the match. The match continues, or is restarted, depending on how you look at it.
How about it?
So Bill Goldberg...
Whatever suits the fancy.
Yeah, so he hits his spear. He goes for his jackhammer, but after he hits the jackhammer, Chris Jericho jumps on the apron, and he's talking crap. He says, I'm the Ayatollah.
of rock and roll.
Exactly. I know 1,004 holds, and Bill Goldberg's just getting up in his face. At this point, Kane and Sean O'Haire have rolled Christian out of the ring. They both throw an arm over each one of their necks, and they're dragging his lifeless corpse up the ramp. Brian Hebner, who restarted the match, is counting out Christian Cage while Chris Jericho is distracting Bill Goldberg. Bill pulls Jericho into the ring, doesn't realize the referee is counting out Chris Jericho. He makes it to 10. Christian retains the title via countout. So it's now been Christian retains via disqualification, Christian retains via countout. But Nick Patrick now gets in the face of Brian Hebner. He's like, that's not how a world title match should end. I'm restarting this match.
Jesus Christ. This is the most WCW Starrcade we've ever had.
So Nick Patrick restarts the match for a second time.
Yep, run it back.
And so Bill Goldberg, who has taken out Chris Jericho in the ring, sees that Christian Cage, Sean O'Haire, and Kane are up on the top of the ramp. Goldberg gets out of the ring, goes up, and spears Christian, who is basically a lifeless corpse being held by Kane and Sean O'Haire, through the stage, much like the time that Rhino and Chris Jericho did it on SmackDown.
Yeah, you mean the set.
It's the set, exactly. Through the set. Sorry, that's correct verbiage. The match is finally thrown out. Christian retains via no contest when neither man gets up. We get a disqualification, a countout, and a no contest on the same match. So technically, Bill Goldberg doesn't take a pin, doesn't submit, but doesn't win the world title here against Christian to end Starrcade.
That's an insane Starrcade.
Oh my goodness.
Man.
It is so hard.
It lives up to his namesake.
It is so hard to book Bill Goldberg and not make him world champion.
Yeah.
So I had to use every gimmick possible to keep the title on Christian Cage.
I'm about to say 4,000 gimmicks around with. Shoot, 2 referees. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie, I forgot about Nick Patrick existing. So.
Oh my goodness. But it was something to have fun, be WCW.
I'm about to say. That's, aside from Vince McMahon winning, that's probably the most WCW thing. Well, replace Vince with
Eric Bischoff. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that's essentially that WCW show.
Exactly. That was the goal. Thank you.
Yes, sir.